Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the bi-weekly stream. Emphasis on the bi. Not really, it's just a joke. How is everyone? Hello Aaron, hello Juicy, hello Jeffrey. Welcome to the stream. Hi Permafrost. How is everyone? I didn't give much notice. I think I only posted that I was streaming 6 hours beforehand, but it's always every other Monday. This is a pop. I love that royalty-free music, huh? Gagged and gooped. Mostly gooped, I agree. How is everyone? I feel like there's some people that haven't really been in stream before. Hey Nicholas. Waiting for tonight. Yeah, it's been a couple of episodes, huh? It's been interesting. My favorite 6'3" gay. I'm 6'3" on a good day, but mainly 6'2", which means I don't have good what's it? I don't sit well, and I slump a lot. Well, there's a whole lot of royalty free that we get into here, all by public pool. If you want some good royalty free music that is not draining or dubstep or posture, thank you. I don't know what it is with me, but my vocabulary has left my brain. I don't know what it is. These streams are a mess. They're pretty bad. They're really interesting though. If you care about some random person on the internet's opinion, then you get a lot. Oh, that's the thing. A lot of people in different countries can't watch because I do them relatively late for you. But no one ever complains. If y'all were if you do this 6 hours ago, I would do it. Not like I was doing anything 6 hours ago. I was just waiting. Hi, Eleanor. Welcome to the stream. So we should get started. We should go in order. So we have to talk about episode 2 before we talk about episode 3 and the goings on in episode 3. Episode 2 sucked. That was a bad episode. I don't think I liked the majority of what I saw in that episode. What was that challenge? Oh yeah, that challenge. That was a bad challenge. I don't even get into opulence. I don't get into it I didn't think that was that funny. Even I just don't get into it like other people have. It just whatever kind of a meme. There was one good thing in the episode, and it was Evie. The one good thing, I would say the thing that literally made me laugh was Derek Barry. That was the only thing that made me laugh in that entire episode. And, well, and Vanessa. Vanessa, when she was tasered and her legs were in the air, that was originally going to be the thumbnail, but it didn't look good in the thumbnail because it just looked like someone's legs in the air. You didn't get to see them shake. That was funny. But I didn't really find anyone that humorous in the challenge. Also, I've said this before. I said this many times. The writers of Drag Race are terrible. They're bad. They're not good. They don't know how to write comedy. They definitely don't know how to write parody. The rules of parody is, one, you have to love what you're writing, making fun of. They clearly have basically no feelings on Get Out or Black Panther. They have no feelings on them. Like, they try to add some sort of commentary. It's just hollow. There's nothing to it. Two, it needs to have something to say. Has nothing to say. And then the third thing of parody is it has to be funny. There was not a good joke anywhere to be seen. It was terrible. It was awful. The only reason this episode exists is because they thought of the puns that were Drag Race related to these movies. That was it. That was the only reason this episode exists. This challenge exists is because of that challenge. The pun names, rather. But if we had to talk about the challenge, the standouts, everyone was living for Plastique, and I wasn't living for Plastique. And I know that there's a whole drama about it. I can't really speak on that drama because it's like I'm not a part of it. I'm not part of the stereotype that gets hit with that certain accent, so that doesn't matter. Like, but can I say whether I found it funny or not? I didn't find it funny. But was it offensive to me? It wasn't offensive to me. It was just not. It's not. I didn't care. It wasn't funny to me though. I was like, I don't understand why people were seeing her as the top. Maybe in that group, but what was anything memorable in that group? I don't remember a single thing. And then the other team, it was like, yeah, I thought Scarlett did good, but I thought Scarlett did good because she was like the star and she didn't fumble. And that's the only thing I can say about Scarlett is that she, oh, and let me while we're on Scarlett, how I was so annoyed with her playing into, oh, I was last picked. I was like, motherfucker, you've been on this, you've seen this show 800,000 times. You've seen this happen a lot. Get over yourself. Someone has to get picked last. These hoes don't know you. They don't know that you're an actor. Like, come on now. Like, like, all you need to do is do great. And you did do, you know, better than everyone else. I won't say you did great, but you did better than everyone else. Thus, you won. You don't need to complain in your interview that you got picked last. Like, I forget what season it was. It was either season 9 or something where someone got picked last and they didn't care. They didn't say anything. It was not a storyline. The only reason it was a storyline is because Scarlett brought it up as a storyline, and it just wasn't good. Like, it's just not. Like, as a motherfucker that's gone picked last for a lot of shit in life, yeah, it doesn't feel good, but at the same time, you just roll with it. You don't have to complain. I definitely never complain. Valentina, I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was season 8. It just didn't matter who was picked last. Like, no one wants to be picked last, but you just understand someone's going to be picked last. It's either you're going to feel bad or another girl's going to feel bad. And I'm sorry, but I would rather feel bad than someone else feel bad. Just for the record. Well, it is true. Scarlett, it does very showcase her feelings when she's not in a happy place. So you really... You see her be very pressed about it. But yeah, it wasn't a good look. And also in the challenge, who else? Evie. I didn't find Evie that funny either. I didn't find her bad or anything. I just didn't find her to be like an outstanding person. I was like, I didn't find it. And on the flip side of that, I didn't find Kana to be that terrible. Like, it wasn't good, clearly, but it wasn't terrible either. But you know what did tickle me was the teacup, how it was tiny and then it was giant. I thought that was funny. Also, I should maybe point out, I've never seen either Black Panther or Get Out because I'm not a movie person. I don't watch movies often. Like, I need to like feel the need to watch it. And I haven't felt the need to watch a single movie in the past 5 years. Remember when the Lady Gaga documentary came out on Netflix and everyone told me to watch it and I couldn't even muster that? Meanwhile, the Dragon Prince season 2 came out a month ago and I just went through all of it right now. I can watch a full season of a cartoon in one sitting and not even deal with a movie. There's just something about the pacing of a movie I can't handle. I know there are certain movies I need to watch, and I know I should watch both of these movies, but I'm just not a movie person. Yeah, Evie's laugh I did see. I was like, okay, that's memorable, but like Evie's laugh we were laughing at her laugh in her Meet the Queens. This isn't. It's not new to us, but I guess it's new to the judges. But yeah, should we talk about the runway? I can bring up the runway. It's going to be in alphabetical order because that's how the wiki does it. So, Zodiac, I actually think this is a really cute idea. It's not as cute when half of the girls have the same sign, which is sad. I'm not a big fan of the Zodiacs to begin with. Like, I just think it's all bullshit. But like the imagery of Aquarius, because I am an Aquarius, is I just wanna see an Aquarius do it because, you know, you want to see yourself represented, right? Also, I've also been told before that me thinking the signs are bullshit, horoscopes are bullshit, is a very Aquarius thing to think, which I find funny as hell. I think it's a little bit, yeah, some people were saying they want them to have assigned signs, which would work, and they did this for Top Model back in the day. I remember that was a good photo shoot. I do remember that one. I think that was the last season of Top Model I ever watched. But there's just something about it being your sign where it feels a little bit more personal, and maybe they would actively try to do better, but you know, we'll see. Anyways, let's talk about Kyria here. The idea of this dress is good, but those fish are just so boring and stagnant. The idea of the feather fins is cute, but the fish just seem like an afterthought. Like, I want them to be curved into each other and like go fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender where they're Ko and Kai and they're circling each other, you know? But and they turn into yin and yang, but it's just boring. Like this dress would be better if it didn't have the fish. Like, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous dress. I like it a lot, but it's just it's not serving anything. Ariel Versace. Ariel Versace. So I talked a lot of shit about Ariel in the last stream. My feelings still stand. But I have to say, her mug, her hair is everything. From the chin up, it's it. Oh. but like everything just, it doesn't have a shape that is flattering. Also, that panel in the back, this is the one that has a panel in the back, and it just doesn't, it's like, why was that there? I love the colors because it's cute. You know, last week when she said she was gonna bring that good old colorful and all that stuff, she's bringing it now. I'm glad, but it's just not, it's not working, especially in movement. It was bad. Aries is a ram. Yeah, Aries is the ram. Capricorn is the goat with a fish tail. I forget exactly what kind of creature it's called, but it's a goat half. But yeah, I'm not feeling this look. Didn't like it. From the neck up, it's gorgeous, but the actual outfit itself, no. Brooklyn Heights is Pisces. This is gorgeous. This is good. Also, that looks like it hurts to wear. This is a much better execution of Pisces, and it's pretty good. The thing is, for some reason, there's something about Brooklyn where it's hard to compliment her, right? It just feels like it's hard to give her like those good critiques right now, because she's very into herself. And you just know she's gonna do it. You just know she's gonna look good. Like, you just know. It gives you peeled glue. It might literally be peeled glue. That might literally be what it is. But I think this looks good. I wish we can see it in movement, because I think this looks better when you got the full look around. But there's a good look. This is one of the stronger looks of the week. Honey Davenport. I love this hair. This hair is everything. Oh, it looks so good. I think this was, the nose wasn't necessary. I think it came across as Leo without the nose. But this is so good. This is really good. This is really understated, but very good. And truly, truly just signifies what it is. And also, I'm pretty sure this one, when we actually saw the runway, comes right after another Leo that was not as good. So it just, you know, made it even that much better. But this one I love. I love it. Kahana was also Aries. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I like everything she's wearing. Just not like, everyone hates this wig. I love this wig. It's just not what she's supposed to be wearing for this outfit. Like, I love this wig. Also, a bad reveal that she didn't actually get to reveal. And the horns are actually really cool. Those are really good horns. But it looks like it's just horns that she threw on over this outfit. That is just fine. Like, I don't mind this dress. The glitter on the chest is bad. That's a really bad. But yeah, it's just, none of it, it's not a cohesive look. It's not something that is going to scream Aries at all. I wouldn't even assume Zodiac from this look. I just don't want to move on to the next one, because the next one's just like even worse. It's Mercedes. The way she's holding that arrow. It was so bad. Oh, I can't. I'm having a giggle fit where I shouldn't be laughing. It's so bad. What was that bow work? Like, first off, the bow doesn't look good, period, outright. Like, even if she knew how to hold it. And then, she's never done archery. Has she seen a bow and arrow before? You don't need to know how to do archery. It's not even like that's going to actually shoot anything. It's a ribbon. It's a ribbon on a stick. It's not like it would actually shoot anything. It just... She just can't even hold it correctly. And did she even need, it would have been, why didn't she just go full Katniss with this? She should have went Katniss Everdeen and just went like that would have been so much better. This was bad. This was probably, I'm gonna say, this is one of the worst outfits we ever seen on Drag Race, period. And the thing is, like, I always say this, it's a performance. It's a performance. And she was trying to give a performance, but it was bad. It's a runway performance, and it's just, that was bad. Terrible. Let's move on to Nina West. So I didn't realize until like Fashion Photo Review, or maybe the pit stop, or maybe someone said it on Roscoe's whatever. I didn't realize what was on her dress was a lion. I didn't think that was a lion. I just thought it was fire. I was like, Leo's a fire sign, right? And she came out and she was like, I'm representing the lion mane. And then, you know, I was like, bitch, where? You don't have a mane anywhere. And then Honey comes out right after, and then she slays the lion with that gorgeous hair. And then, but this is what we get with Nina. It's like, it's not a bad dress. It's not. It's fine, but it's not giving you... It has a literal lion on it that's hard to read. But the hair and the headpiece, it's just not giving you lion. Nina has been disappointing when it comes to her looks. But I didn't really expect too much to begin with, to be fair, but she hasn't impressed me. It's fine though. Moving on to Plastique Tiara. Those boots. Those were the problem. I didn't like those boots because they're the only place the only place with fur on it, and it just seemed off. It didn't seem balanced to me. I wish the boots didn't have fur. That's the only thing. Like, I get it. She's a ram, so she's supposed to have fur, but I want it somewhere else as well, and better up. I don't want to see the actual thing underneath it. But she's gorgeous. It's hateful how gorgeous she is. Like, I can't stand her. Like, I just can't. She's fine. I actually like her, but it's just, she looks good, and I just can't even bother with her. But it's a really well executed look. Besides the boots. Also, I didn't know when Michelle, I forget who says it. I think, did Willem say it on the Race Chasers podcast, where Michelle critiqued the boots, but then it was revealed on the Race Chasers podcast that her boots in the challenge were silver and these are gold. And I was like, oh, that's everything though. They're still ugly, but it is everything. Moving on to Raja O'Hara Capricorn. I like this. I like this. My main problem is I understand what she's doing with the bottom of the dress, but because there's no structure to it, it just looks like a couple pieces of fabric. And I know it's trying to make a tail fin, like a fin, but it's just not working because it just droops onto itself. It looks like, oh, there's just some extra fabric there. It doesn't look like a fin. I feel like it may have been a little bit more better executed if it was like a real mermaid gown instead of like this faux mermaid gown. But like, oh, the makeup's everything. The hair is everything. Those hair that looks like horns, the hooves, I live for that. It just needed a little bit of structure in the bottom. But I don't take away from it too much. Next, we're moving on to Scarlet Envy. I love a mohawk. I love me a mohawk. You already know that. So I already feel a certain type of way. And the bubbles. The bubbles was smart. That was smart. I'm positive there must have been one girl from the past that tried to do a shit like that, and they were like, girl, no, we're not gonna ruin this entire set for your bubbles. But I was like, oh, because bubbles are... I love bubbles. I love bubbles. But they ruin everything, especially indoors. Bubbles are an outside toy, children. So it's like they ruin everything because everything just gets covered in soap. And I just didn't. I didn't think they would let her do it, and then she did it. And also those bubble guns, those were good. I was like, I need to go on Amazon and buy me a couple of those because those were good bubble guns. But I really like this look. I think it's just a little bit, everything, the entire package was just overdoing the outfit. Like the bubbles and her hair. Like you don't remember the dress. You remember the effect of her performance on the runway. You don't remember the dress itself though. But I do like this dress a lot. It is, it's very aquatic. And, you know, she didn't go literal. She didn't put two fishes on her, you know. She did a much better representation of Pisces than... Not a much better, but a more sophisticated representation of Pisces, in my opinion. Next is Sugarcane. She's Scorpio. I like it. I just don't feel... it's truly making me think of Scorpio. There's no scorpion anything to it. Like even the like I don't understand the red coloring. I love the hair or whatever material it is for hair. I love fake material for hair. She needed claws. It would even like I understand the ponytail equals the tail. She should have just had a fucking tail. It needed to be armored also, like tiered armor. There's a lot more potential here than what we saw. She should have came out in a fucking suit of armor with a spear. Yeah. But yeah, overall, it's not a really good representation. Next, Silky, Nutmeg Ganache, Capricorn. I like this. I've seen people not like this, but I like this look. It is not truly a cohesive look, though. It's not like I'm gonna look at this. I'm not gonna look at the outfit and go, oh, Capricorn. No. It's two separates. Maybe it's trying to... Is Capricorn an air sign? I'm trying to remember the signs because again I don't like the signs, but I'm trying to remember. Maybe that's what she was going for. Either way, I like it separately, but together it's not working. And I don't like the fur. Maybe I just don't like fur. That could be it. Capricorn is Earth. Okay. Then no, she's not doing it. she's not doing anything. She didn't have anything to say. She had this outfit and she had those horns and she put them together. She was not trying to represent anything here. She just had these outfits and she was like, let me put them together. Moving on to Vanessa, and this was it. Like I was like, oh, she actually had a good look, episode 1. But then she came out in this, and I was like, oh, she did not come to play. She did not come to play. That is everything. That is so good. And obviously, we see the red storyline now. I don't think she's meant to do that, but she's, like, doing that now. But yes, this is everything. This was so good. There's literally no fault with it. Everything is perfectly done. So last one is Evie Oddly, and I live for this look so hard. She looks like if Disney had a Wizard of Oz, like, Wizard of Oz ride, and the Cowardly Lion was part of it, and then that ride was shut down for like 40 years, and then this was how the animatronic looked now, and it came to life and started killing people. This is what it would look like. I've been watching a lot of Defunctland and also creepypasta videos, so this is where my mind is right now, but it's really good. I was about to say, I wish the fur was a little bit more like gross, but it works. I think it's as gross as it needs to be. I wish there were just like some tears in it, but I don't think her vision for this outfit is my vision for this outfit. Even though mine is better than what she has, but yeah, this was a great look. So yeah, that's the runway for this episode. Who won? Scarlet. Oh right, it was a double win. That was dumb. Like, as much as I really did like Eevee this look, I didn't hate her performance. I don't think she should have won. I thought Scarlet like had it down. Like, it wasn't. I don't think it was a competition enough. I know some people feel differently though. And then who was bottom? Bottom was Kahana and Mercedes. They lip synced to, fuck, I forgot. Can someone remind me what the lip sync song was? It was Work Bitch, Britney. And a lot of people were like, Mercedes really worked it, and she did. They both did. The problem with both of them is that they both weren't like doing their key moves on the right part of the song. It was either a little too early or a little too late, and it is like, what? It could have been better. I think Kahana missed the mark way more and did a little bit too much. But yeah, it was. Mercedes definitely won it though. Like, you could tell she's a good performer. I just don't think this was her best performance. And Kahana missing that cartwheel, but then doing a flip perfectly. What was that about? It wasn't that. She did like a flip, and then she tried to do a cartwheel, and then she tried to jump from it, and then it looked, she just flailed a little bit, and then she fell down. Yeah. Like, you could tell, like, this was not neither one of them were expecting this to be the song to lip sync to. Like, this is not in their repertoire of, I perform this song. Like it would be for other queens. But yeah, I think it was the right choice. Mercedes definitely won. Kahana went home. That was kind of predictable. So let's talk about episode 3. So episode 3, I didn't talk about the mini challenge for episode 2 because I talked about that the week before. So episode 3 mini challenge was, trying to get into, I was about to say the club, but backstage to Michelle Visage for the seduction concert. I don't really have anything to say. It's just like whoever, the two that won were the correct choices for me, Nina and it was Raja. Yeah, those were the two correct choices. Nina was so funny. Nina was so funny in that. I was like, she just did it right. And she, like, her going her entire mouth in the camera, that was it. Silky was annoying. I thought Silky was funny, but like, how did she not know that entire wall was not a wall? Like, she should have known that she could not tackle that wall. Like, whenever I see a wall like that, it's like, I don't even want to touch that wall, or it's all gonna fall down. Like, come on. But yeah. But the challenge itself, I'm gonna get rid of this for now because we're not talking about the looks yet. Nina's humor is very straight people humor. It's more it's like classic comedy. It's comedy you learn growing up from sitcoms. It's very that. And in a way, you are correct with that, I do think. Like, you see her influences being like the classic sidekicks on sitcoms. That's really what it is. But like, she's funny. She can work really well. The challenge itself. Oh, they did pick teams, and then they started getting, you know, into it with their teams and whatever. I don't really care about that. Let's talk about the challenge itself. I don't care about the rehearsal or like, oh, they could have changed it. Like, yeah, they could have and they should have, but they didn't. Oh yeah, okay, I can talk about that. So Brooklyn and Vanjie, I'll talk about that before I talk about the challenge because it happened chronologically. I don't really care. Like, I truly don't give a fuck who you fuck. Like, goddamn, they fucking stupid for showing it. They stupid, as if the producer are not gonna do everything in their power, to make those two lip sync. Are you kidding me? They're gonna do everything to make that happen. So it's an emotional lip sync. They want that Rujubee moment again. Are you kidding me? Of course they're gonna make those two queens lip sync. Everything in their power to do that. Like, you do not show affection to anyone else. Like, come on. At the very least, they're gonna try to get some sort of, oh, come on. Like, for real. Like, they've wanted a love story. They're trying to do every storyline they wanted for the past like decade in like these past couple seasons. They want it. Don't say that. What do you mean? We're gonna see it coming. Well, we all see it coming. Like, that's what they do. That's why you don't show affection for people. But if it's, well, they would kill because they're good performers. But if it becomes a Rujubee where it's a ballad, oh, if there's a ballad in the repertoire and they perform to it, I'm gonna be so mad. The lip syncs have not been good enough for there to be one good ballad number. That's not how it's been. We need some good upbeat songs. But yeah, I don't care about the relationship. You know, good for them. If whatever happens, happens. But don't show it while you're in the competition. Come on now. So yeah, let's talk about the challenge. The challenge was to make like a TV religious, you know, televangelist performance skit, whatever you will, about a diva. Team 1 picked Britney, which was the obvious and best choice. I don't even think we saw the other team even discuss Britney, which is ridiculous, and I don't even think there would have been a problem if they both picked up. But maybe it was a thing where like, oh, you can't pick Britney because they picked Britney. Maybe it was something like that. But Britney is the obvious choice, the easiest to make jokes about, and the easiest to do. Standouts for that were Nina and Vanessa. The lowest I found, like, the song Ariel and Silky did was cute, but it wasn't anything like, well, at least it wasn't as bad as the other team song, because at least it was something and they did it. Can't be said for the other team, but not much could be said for the other team, am I right? But yeah, it was, Team 1 did pretty good. It was like actually funny. It was actually funny. I was worried for Mercedes, and it took a while to get into, but Vanessa has a way of making anything funny because she's fucking funny. Should the critiques been individual like last episode? I don't think there was any room. Like, yeah, Ariel, I think Ariel, Silky, and Mercedes didn't do that great, but I think they did better than the other team outright. Like, I don't think they did as bad as them. The other team was terrible. It was bad. It was not, there was not a single hint of comedy whatsoever in anything that was said. So it was, yeah, like I could maybe see, like, maybe a Sugarcane doing a little bit better than like Silky or Ariel, but yeah. Why did Ariel get a call out from Rue on the runway? Because the week prior she was in the bottom and Rue told her to do better, and then in Rue's opinion, I guess she did. But yeah, the standouts for Team Brittany were definitely Nina and Vanessa. Vanessa was so funny. She was so funny. When she messed up and said her own name, and then that was so good because she caught it. She caught it. If she had just left it, that would have been bad. But she caught it. Yeah, she didn't do amazing, but she did do better. She was present, basically. She hasn't really been present up until this point. And I felt like Evie and Mercedes were kind of incidental. It was all about Vanessa there. She takes over. She can take over a scene. That's what we can say about Vanessa, because she really does. Like when she played the dad in the last scene, when you looked at her because she was in fucking khakis. Like, come on, you just like she's the focus whenever she's on screen. Brooklyn did the same shit as last episode. I don't really remember Brooklyn that much, but she did play off of Nina pretty okay. But let's talk about the other team. I thought Sugarcane was good in... She kept talking, which can't be said for a lot of the other queens. She kept talking and kept like moving things along. It wasn't funny, but it was there. It was fine. Scarlet was very forgettable. I don't remember a single thing she said. Plastique tried to do another funny like bit with her like deep voice. It didn't work. I think it could have worked, but it didn't work, and that's the problem. Like, it was an idea, and she was at least trying something. And I thought Akira wasn't actually that bad until the Sparkle moment, when it was like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about at all. And I love Mariah, but I don't remember anything. I don't think I love anyone. I truly don't think I love anyone, like, to know their entire repertoire. I would have fucking sucked in this challenge because I don't think I would know anyone. I probably didn't know half the shit they talked about with Britney, except for I completely did. I caught every reference, but yeah, it just wasn't. But yeah, I thought Akira was fine, except for the Sparkle moment. They said Sparkle. They said Sparkle. But yeah, okay. And then the song. That was bad. That was like, nah, they didn't even try. Also, okay, what Raja was doing was when she said glitter on the mountain and it was glitter on the runway. Was that a joke? Or was that like her actually fumbling? Cause if it was glitter, if it was glitter on the something, if that was the joke and it was a failed joke, that's different than her fumbling in the interview that they played before the actual song, and then her fumbling in the song. Like, what? If it was a fumble, I don't really because that's an editing dream. They foreshadowed the same fumble happening in the challenge as happened in the interview. That's comedy gold. I laughed at that, but not because it was intentional. That was good. I like that. It wasn't, but like, it's not an intentional thing at all. There was not a single I don't know her. Like Mariah, like, didn't do. I don't think did they do any skinny legend. Like they didn't do any of the memes that Mariah is known for. It's like what's going on? Okay, I'm pulling up the runways now. But yeah, clearly the other team was in the bottom. And also Ross going, you girls better have a good runway. That was everything. They weren't even trying to hide the fact. And can you believe some of these girls were like, oh, we're doing just fine, girl. Like, you don't have to be worried. We're like totes gonna win the challenge. It's like, Ross literally told you that you weren't. He literally told you. Do you think RuPaul would have got the Mariah memes? I think RuPaul would have laughed if everyone else laughed. You know? Troye Sivan was there. Troye Sivan knows it, so Ru would have laughed. Because he laughed. But no one laughed, because nothing was funny. If one of the judges gets the joke, it works. But if no one gets it, then it's off. Because here's the thing. Whenever they make a self-reference to Drag Race, Ru doesn't get it. Ru doesn't remember the show. But it's funny because it's funny to the surrounding people. But yeah, let's talk about this runway. Runway is Fringe, which I actually think is a good runway theme. And we're going to start with probably, in my opinion, the best look of the runway. This is it. This is stunning. This is what we need. I'm going to change the Christmas music because we're not about that right now. This is everything. And this is also so fucking smart. I keep shifting it because I'm trying to find it perfect. There we go. This look is it. It's also very smart because it's tiered. It's tiered fringe. So something like Silky's. Silky's was a lot of fringe. But a lot of it gets lost because it's all blending in with each other because it's the same color. But since Akira has it tiered like this, you get to see every layer of fringe. It's so smart. And I don't know why other queens did this. And this giant ass headpiece is it. Because you don't get to see as much flow with a dress like this with the fringe, but you get to see it on the head. And that's what we want. We want this fringe on the head. We want this fringe to have movement. And it may not have it as much on the dress itself because it's not the longest fringe and it's against her body. But if it's on the headpiece, it's still gonna move. So this is smart. This is the best, and in my opinion, I'm gonna say it right now, best look. Outright, my favorite look of this night. Ariel Versace. This wasn't fucking fringe. This wasn't fringe. It wasn't long enough. If it was long, it had movement. Like, it had movement because it was paillettes, but it just didn't have anything. It's alright. Like, she looks cute or whatever. But it's not fringe. It's not the challenge. And it is the same wig. She has a signature wig. Like, even Trixie changes it up a little bit. You know? So you have to do that. Her belly button isn't her belly button? Wow, she's a magician. We should burn her at the stake. That's witch shit right there. No, we definitely have seen that before. But yeah, I actually didn't realize that. That's actually kind of funny, but yeah, it's not. Nah, We good. We good. It is what it is. It ain't fringe. Brooklyn Heights. This what was she? No, like here's the thing. She looks gorgeous. This is what I'm saying. It's hard to give her a compliment. It's hard to give her a compliment. Like, she looks good, but it's not doing anything. It's like it's just kind of, it's boring. How does she look good and it's boring? And like, this doesn't have as much movement as it needs to. It should have much more movement. Because it's just kind of swaying in the wind like a wind chime. Yeah, it's not fringe. Like, you can't be mad at her for it not being the challenge. But it's also not exciting. But she doesn't look bad. It just exists. It exists. You can't be mad, but you're also like, you're not living for it. Let's move on to Honey Davenport. I love this look. I love it. It looks so good. The only problem is the hat, the headpiece, the hat needed to like be created at a more upper angle than what it was, because she kept having to put up her chin as she walked just to have her face out in the open. That was the only problem. But this is a good look. Mercedes. Again, it's a presentation. And she could even explain her own outfit in the confessional in any sort of way. It took her forever to come up with the word camo. And okay, she doesn't, her way with words is different. But it's like, that's your look. It's just camouflage with green there. Like, like, I don't think it looks bad. I don't like this hair with it. The hair is completely the wrong choice. And I forget who said it. It may have been Fashion Photo Review or whatever. But, and I was like looking for this. I was waiting for someone who has the same fringe that's on their outfit as their hair. We do have at least one person to do it. But that's what she should have done. Her fringe should have been her hair. Or rather, her hair should have been what her fringe is. And also, it's like she was holding that lampshade as if it was a dinner plate. And she was a server at a party. It's like, she just doesn't know how to present her outfits on the runway. Oh, so speaking of the queen that actually had hair, they don't have Nina West's look. What is this? Who runs the wiki? I have a formal complaint. Let's do a little refresh. Maybe it'll be here. Nope, it's not here. I have a complaint. How dare... Actually, it's not that bad. We may as well keep it that way. Nina West's look. To Google? I know. No, we're not even going to Google. Nina's look. I actually like Nina's look, except for the color, because it was literally a mop. It was that kind of, there's a dog that looks like a mop. It was very that kind of a dog. Yeah. The only thing I like is because I was waiting for a queen to come out with hair that was fringe, like I was just saying. And she was the only one that did it, and I was like, okay, I guess that's what it is. If you're the one to do it. But like, she did have good movement, like that was for sure, because she kept moving. She kept making sure that fringe was like jumping, because that's what it needed to do. But yeah, I didn't hate it. It's just the color was so not, it wasn't a really, it just felt gross. Because it looks like a mop, and mops are gross. So we didn't want anything to do with it. We'll move on. Hopefully that... Okay, they at least have plastic tiaras. Let me readjust. Plastique. She's gorgeous. I hate her. How dare she? Why does she do this to us? It's cute. It's really cute. It's not like amazing or anything. I mean, we have some really good looks this week, but it's really good. Because she looks good and she does it very well. And there's not anything to fault. Some people have problem with the hair, you know, change up the hair a little bit because you have that high pony, but it's just, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the pony. Also, she probably thought she was lip syncing, so she was like, let me make sure I'm wearing this pony. Oh, but there is some good beading in the hair too. That was good. That was good. Raja O'Hara. This was boring. Like, it's the opposite of Plastique, where like it looks fine, but it's just a little bit on the side of a no than it is to a yes. Like, obviously you know that this was gonna be like, you know, this is a performance look. It's not a runway look. Like, this is the kind of look that the girls picked out on All Stars 4 for the for that lip sync challenge, where they had to lip sync against each other for the eliminated queens. This is the kind of look everyone brought out for that. It just wasn't. I love those boots though. Those are good boots. I didn't like this hair. Everyone loved this hair. I didn't like this hair. I thought it was just okay. I didn't think it was like what she should have worn with this outfit. Like, I wouldn't want this hair when she performed. But yeah. Moving on, Scarlett. Scarlett, this is cute too. I don't know what it is. There's something about... Maybe it's the hair? It's the hair. There's something about this hair that I don't like with this outfit. I mean, she's trying to go for this Marilyn. Very, like, obviously. But it's just... it's not doing it. You know? Honey spent 10K on her like season. Oh. Well, she'll have them to go on tour. I enjoy the no eyebrows. I'm fine with the no eyebrows too. It's very pearl. The whites don't match. That is true. The whites don't match. I think I also want some of the I want the fringe on the actual on the bottom half to be just as long as it is on the gloves. That's what I want, I think. No, actually, no, that's not what I want. I pictured it in my head. It looked gross. There's no way of fixing it, basically, is what I come up with. And we're moving on. Sugarcane. Oh, they're not even showing the actual outfit. They're showing the pre-reveal. Sugarcane looked good. This wiki is not doing it. I don't think they actually showed the reveal on Fashion Photo Review in this picture, but like, you have the runway, so you could have shown it. This wiki, you're not doing it. Whoever was running it, you're not doing your jobs. But the actual revealed outfit is really good. It's gorgeous. It has all the right colors, and it really works. I understand the hair choice, but I don't like the hair. I don't like the hair. I just already say it. I don't like the hair. I understand why it's done, because it's traditional, but I don't like the hair. Moving on. Silky Nutmeg Ganache. They did her so wrong. When she came out and she was like, I made this myself. And then they're like really making sure you see the sides that aren't covered in fringe. They tried to do that so wrong. I didn't think this was bad in with the movement, but also she also knew that it wasn't that great. She knew it wasn't that great because she has a reveal. Yeah. Those shoes, yeah, those shoes. And yeah, there is a lightning bolt on her face. I don't mind it. It's just not... Like I said, it doesn't have as much of that impact, like I will go back to Akira, as Akira's, because you just... Right now, all you see is blue here, and then you see the fringe here. You don't see, like, all the fringe, like, sectioned out. Which is why Akira's is so good. Can we talk about her in Untucked? We'll talk about that afterwards. Moving on to Vanessa. Now this is cute. When I first watched this episode, I didn't watch in HD. So it was pixely as fuck. So I didn't realize that her sides weren't her skin. I thought that was like I thought it was her skin, but it's like a nude illusion that doesn't really work. Y'all know, like, one of my least favorite things is a nude illusion that isn't a nude illusion. Like, I think in this picture it works fine, but when you actually see it on the runway and her walking and it like starts to crumple on itself, yeah, that's when it was like bad. She probably could have won with a better runway, that's for sure. But yeah, this looks good. Also, she's loving to glitterify everything, and I don't mind it, but it's gonna be a little bit too much for certain kinds of outfits. Right now it's fine, but there's gonna be a point where it's not gonna be fine anymore. Okay. Moving on, Evie Oddly. This is it. This is good. I like this look. I don't really have much more to say. It looks fucking cool. I was really harsh on Evie on the first episode because I was like, yeah, she has the capability of being good, but weird doesn't equal good, and so many people forget that. Now I think you guys are going a little bit too far. I don't think it's that good. I think it's good, but I don't think it's that good. I'd like her lion better than this one, but this was cool. Now you guys are proving my point of weird does not equal good. I just think it's really well executed, and some people really enjoyed watching her paint herself pink, but I'm not really in that crowd. But yeah, this was really fucking cool. Like, it's good. Like, she is really fucking proving herself. We have decided to stand forever. Yeah, you guys are going in. Hold it back now, y'all, before before you know she stumbles one week and your feelings get hurt. You know. Like, and I don't know if that's gonna happen, but if it does, like I said, don't milk yourself or your favorite queen goes home early. We don't know what's gonna happen unless you do know, but don't tell me if you do know. But this is fucking cool look. I love this look. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if she keeps up the momentum because she's doing really good right now. Who won the challenge? Nina West wins the challenge, which is, I believe, the right choice because she did really well in the challenge, and I do think her runway is more memorable than Vanessa's. If Vanessa had a really good runway, I think Vanessa would have took it, but Vanessa didn't have an amazing runway. Neither did Nina, but I think Nina's is more memorable, which does count for something. And, oh, okay. And for the twist of the season, everyone's in the bottom, which is... Okay, so here's my opinion. If it was just going to be a bottom two, I believe it would have been Raja and Honey. And if it would have been that bottom two and they had lip synced, the result would have been the same with Honey going home. That's how I feel. And because of that, because of the result being the same, I don't think this twist adds anything. I don't believe this twist means anything because there wasn't like a real impact for this twist happening. Also, while we're at it, this lip sync song, terrible. Waiting for Tonight is such a good song, and they ruined it with this remix. I don't know why they chose this remix. It doesn't have the single whoa part. That's the best part of the song. It would have been better if multiple queens went home, in my opinion. That would have been better. And if it was multiple queens, here's the thing. If it was multiple queens, Sugar Cane would have went home because Sugar Cane was not doing it in that lip sync like she needed to do. And I would have been so mad because I would have wanted my sugarcane to stay. Sugarcane, in my opinion, sugarcane and Akira were the least likely to be in the bottom two. They would have done the best. Then it would have been Plastique, and then, you know, it would have panned out. But, like, the best of the actual lip sync was, like, I think, like, Plastique, Scarlet, and then maybe Raja, then Akira, then, who else was there? There's so many queens. Whoever else. Sugarcane, and then, Honey. And it's like, it's not even like Honey was doing, well, she was doing bad. She was doing a lot. Honey really, really was fucked over by the fact that she didn't have hair. She was so fucked over by that. When you saw Scarlet and Plastique shaking their hair around so much and Honey didn't have hair, that was really bad. I feel like people are sleeping on Brooklyn. She's not exciting right now for me. She was exciting in the first episode, but she hasn't really kept up that momentum. But yeah. Akira to some extent too, but Akira wasn't going home with the outfit she was wearing. And she is a really good lip syncer and actually like her lips moving. Yeah, I feel like Rue realized her mistake while she was watching the lip sync. Because how are you gonna know 6 people? You're just not. It's hard to know there's 3 or 4. Like, the only lip sync for your life is only 2 people. That's the only way you can do it. Who is currently building momentum? Vanessa and Evie. For sure are the ones really building momentum. Akira is not doing well in the challenges, but I think she's really proving herself as a really good all-around queen. Plastique is very memorable for a lot of people, but I don't think she really has that momentum right now. And momentum really doesn't matter because you can be in the bottom one week and be in the top the next. But it's just how people perceive you is that momentum, not really how you're doing in the competition. She should have never jumped off the stage. She shouldn't have just like crawled on the ground. She also should have assumed that she was lip syncing and maybe like try to think about what to do with this outfit, and maybe if there is a capability of her wearing something underneath to better lip sync. Maybe hide a wig somewhere that she can pull on. There is a lot of possibilities for Honey in the lip sync that were not really seen. And yeah, it was they just love to say for the first time in RuPaul's Drag Race history. I know I got that wrong on Twitter, but you know, they just love saying it, and it's so annoying. It's a twist for the sake of a twist. It's not trying to mean anything because you could have picked the bottom 2. You could have picked the bottom 2 as Raja and Honey. But yeah. I've not seen any spoilers. I don't care to see any spoilers. And thank you for not spoiling here. Yeah, a lot of she did that death drop. You can actually see it, but it doesn't look good. Everything gets lost in translation because there's too much to see on that stage. So, yeah. I am excited to see queens like Scarlet and Plastique lip sync though. I want to see them perform. But they haven't really done that yet because, you know, there's too many queens. There's too many queens to focus on. But I do want to see those queens perform. So yeah, anything we want to talk about? We didn't talk about Untucked on either episodes because I don't really remember it. I did watch it, but I don't remember it. The one thing I remember is Silky And Silky's just looking for airtime. She's looking for attention. She said, oh, I have a reveal. I'm going to show my reveal. I'm going to make sure that I show them this reveal. So I'm going to start some drama to have this reveal. And that was it. Evie argues a lot, doesn't she? She argues a lot, and I feel like every single argument we've seen on the show thus far, even if it doesn't involve Evie, is dumb. I'm like, why are we having this argument to begin with? I don't agree with any single argument I've seen. I like not like I don't agree with like the person. It's like I don't know why you guys are talking here. Like it's just noise. Like no one's making a point and no one's gonna get to anyone else. No one is gonna like get through and like oh you're right. The Untucked is kind of unbearable. And I don't say that often. I just like to watch them hang out and kiki. Like every once in a while you get a good kiki, but like they really just like fucking fighting and I'm just annoyed by it. I just want to see them talk and then like remember season 7 when they first changed the format and everyone's like this is boring and I'm like I'm having such a good time watching Kennedy Davenport sleep. I'm having such a good time. Pearl and Violet just staring at each other for 2 minutes. That's fine. Them using the same edit for Katya. That's good. That's all I need. I don't need some drama. But because it's on VH1 now, this is why I think it's happening. Because it's on VH1 now, it's not web exclusive anymore. They need this kind of stuff to happen. And I don't know if they like prod the girls to like have these sort of conversations. Well, we kind of do know that they kind of do make the girls have these kind of fights, but it's just not as fun. Oh my god, the parking lot. That was it's good to see the girls outside again. I don't think we really saw a lot of the queens on season 9 and 10 talking outside, and I just like the queens talking outside. It's fun. Why did Nina put that wig on? I think she wanted to have her head covered, but not have the headpiece on because it was too heavy. Drag Race is, yeah. I mean, what you say we're missing? Well, season 7 Untucked was everything. That was everything. But yeah, I don't really... Are there any other conversations that we need to have around Untucked? Because I don't think there is. Like, I can't remember. All the fights was just there. Like, y'all need to remember, like, even the bad seasons of Drag Race are good TV. Like, maybe it's not really, like, truly All-Stars 1 is terrible. All-Stars 1 is terrible in retrospect, but like all the other seasons are actually like better than most TV out there. Like Drag Race is an amazing fucking show. So like even bad seasons like season 7 or some people see season 8, basically every season after 6, I think 6 really ruined it because season 6 was such a good season. It's not as appealing anymore. But yeah. And also, I feel like a lot of us are chasing something that's not there anymore. All of us want, and this is why I think people kind of compare queens to other queens, because they want another Bianca or they want another Adore or something, because they're like, they have like nostalgia for something that came out 5 years ago. Because like, if we think about it, like the first season of Drag Race came out in 2009. I was 14. Nothing is gonna be as good as that, because nothing is ever as good as when you're 14 watching something for the first time. You have nostalgia for something, even if it's not from your quote-unquote child, like full-on childhood. Just because it's not Rugrats doesn't mean you don't have that kind of love for it. I actually didn't watch season 1 when it first came out, but still. it's hard. You like, a lot of people are still chasing that nostalgia. Like with video games, even people are like, oh, I want this this Pokemon game that make me feel like it felt when I was a kid. It's just like, it's never gonna feel that way because you're an adult now. You're an adult. You're never gonna have that same experience with Pokemon. Pokemon hasn't really fucking changed, and you're like, you want it to age with you, but it's not, because you're not the target audience. I was 19. You're still young. Aren't we only like 5 years apart? Y'all are young, so y'all are like, y'all are still in your teens. Y'all some baby children. But yeah, it's just this nostalgia that people want that they're not going to get back. Also, you guys were born after the year 2000, and I cannot believe that. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you be born after that year? I was thinking about it, and like, yeah, there's always a different culture with different ages, but you growing up in a year after 9/11, I don't even care if you're from the US, but growing up after 9/11 is a whole different world. I knew happiness for at least 6 years. I don't think y'all know happiness whatsoever, because post 9/11 was dark, and it has stayed dark. It's so weird that is such a specific thing to really change, to really separate a generation, is 9/11. That really says something. My mom wouldn't let me go trick-or-treating after 9/11. When I was a kid and 9/11 happened, there was a time where you just couldn't say 9/11 as really openly as you can now. But also memes happened, and that kind of ruined everything. When 9/11 happened, I lived in a town called Port Isabel, Texas, and there's a bridge. I definitely have talked about this before, but the week after 9/11 happened, the bridge from Port Isabel to South Project Island, Texas, full on, a boat ran into it and it collapsed, and it was like every single thing that could have went wrong, like, went wrong, and it was like everyone in that town felt like the world was ending. Oh my god, Proud to Be an American, they played that at my school too. That was terrible. Which, I was like, this song sounds racist, and I was 7 when it was there. Like, Beyonce hadn't even done her cover for it yet. If they had played the Beyonce cover, it would have been fine, but that didn't exist yet. Also, Beyonce was still in Destiny's Child and hadn't gone solo yet. And then all the Destiny's Child girls went solo. And I still will say this. Of their first albums, of when they went solo, Kelly, Beyonce, and Michelle, Michelle's was the best. Fight me. Fight me. I dare ya. So Glad featuring Mary Mary. Y'all don't even know. One of your friends was born in an NYC hospital on 9/11. That must be chaos. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, there was just so much panic when it happened. This is really weird to go to Drag Race in 9/11, but I'm really happy it happened. There was just so much panic when it happened, even for kids. Like, kids didn't feel safe. It was weird. It was weird. I don't think I've ever felt that since, even with a lot of, there's a lot of things happening in the world. Nothing has felt the way it felt. Like, 9/11 really made a lot of people numb to a lot of things. I've said 9/11 too much at this point. And it was so weird because, like, everyone in the entire country, maybe even the world, like, all the kids were getting pulled out of school because the parents didn't want the kids to go to school anymore. And I lived in Texas. I lived in Port Isabel, Texas. Like, again, I lived in there. nothing was gonna happen there. There was nothing here. So it's not like anything would happen. But of course, my parents were just over paranoid. You were born in 05 and been watching since season 3. So you were like 8 when you first started watching, right? Or am I getting it wrong? Am I getting my math wrong? No, you were like 6, I think. It was so weird. I think when it happened, I wasn't in school. I think we were traveling. So we may have not have known it happened. Like gay, bad at math. Being bad at math kind of made me like drop out of high school. It's really interesting. Okay, done with that. Yeah. The ASMR, yeah. I just want to finish the drink. Math is the worst. If I had stayed in school, which I didn't, but if I had stayed in school, that would have been my last year, and then I wouldn't have to take a math class anymore my senior year if I had stayed. But I don't think I would have passed. I think I would have had to repeat from 9/11 to math. From Drag Race to 9/11 to math. Queen of bold opinions and heavy breathing. My breathing, I was so self-conscious on it. I still kind of am. I don't like to hear my own breathing, but I don't really care anymore. It's just like you have to get used to it. There was a time, because I don't breathe through my nose when I speak. It's very weird, but I don't breathe through my nose. So, but I was trying to train myself back when I was making videos to breathe through my nose, and because I stopped doing it, so I reverted back. Who I think is going home, Mercedes is the safest choice. I don't know what the challenge is, so I can't tell you. But like if it's like a acting comedy challenge, I can see Ariel not doing so well. Oh, Trump the Rusical, that's I don't know if that's a good idea. I can actually see Evie not doing well on that one. I can, but who knows? It's really up in the air. We don't know these queens. It's been 3 episodes. Ugh, that's terrible. I don't even know what they're gonna try to say with that. Like I said, the writers are terrible, so they don't know what they're doing. I don't expect good things from this. Nina can do well. I think Scarlett may do well. And I hope Vanessa does well. I want Vanessa to keep doing good. Mercedes being eliminated and Trump the Rusical. Yeah, that wouldn't be so good, but you know, it's gonna happen. Yeah, there's been a lot that's happened recently. That's why it's easier to talk about past tragic events than it is current tragic events. That's nice. I'm glad to hear you have a good interaction with the queens. Oh yeah, the season has been entertaining. I haven't liked the challenges too much, and there's been some really rotted performances, but it's been entertaining. I feel it's always entertaining. What's the M&P drama? I don't really know. I try to stay out of it. I don't feel bad for any queen that's like I don't want to work with them anymore. Yeah, I understand why Mercedes didn't want to talk about her religion. Because it's not really, like, It's not really like, you don't, this is not where her, she wasn't coming here to expect to have to talk about this kind of shit. You know, if she came in knowing, it would be there. Well, apparently they've always been shady, but I don't know. I kind of don't care about the drama. Like, I don't want to give an opinion because we will never know the full story. Like, we never know the full stories about dramas like this. I was about that curious to know who Allah was. Yeah, it's just I understand. Okay, so well, a curious from Texas, right? I'm not surprised one bit. I'm not surprised one bit. It's even though I do live in a pretty urban area, you just don't see that. I don't think I have met someone that's like truly know someone that's like openly Muslim of any sort. Like, I've seen them, you know, you see the clothing, but other than that, you just don't know. So, especially here. But at the same time, Akira was also when Plastique was wasn't Akira the one that says that we live in the age of the internet and you have definitely seen something and she didn't know that, yet we live in the age of the internet? So, you know, again, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is one thing I do not like when they say that. Oh, can we talk about fucking Silky and Ariel? Where Silky was like, oh, I don't think Ariel's that great because she's the Instagram queen. And I was like, that's shitty. You're making me have to defend Ariel. No one wants that. Because it doesn't matter what they do. It's just, yeah, like that. But at the same time, Ariel was the one that said Soju was just a YouTube queen. You're... Oh no, I don't want to be no one's YouTube queen. Like, I don't think it's not that she didn't know about pop culture. It's just that she didn't know as much as everyone else. I don't know shit. Clearly. But it's just like, I know little bits here and there, but I don't care about any celebrity enough to know that kind of shit. But at the same time, I used to watch E every day, and that was just entertainment news. So at the same time, I did have a lot of intake. But that, again, I am an American. Who would I like to see worshipped? Again, I don't know them that much. I wish they went like a fictional character, like Jessica Rabbit or something. I think that would have been funny. But I don't know if they could have used a fictional character. But that would have been funny. Selena, I would have liked Selena. I don't know how funny that would have been though. I think Cher's a little overdone, and I think that's why I think they didn't want to do Cher or Madonna because it was done. Anna Nicole would have been really good. That wouldn't matter. I think Anna Nicole would have been funny, regardless of the fact that she was a singer or not. Anna Nicole believed she was a singer, so that she was a singer. Dolly Parton, that could have been good too. It wouldn't have been my first choice though. Oh, going for a Covenant angle with Stevie Nicks, that would have been funny. There's a lot they could have done. I don't think Mariah was a bad choice. Mariah was not a bad choice. They didn't know enough, though. They just didn't know enough. And the thing is, Beyonce could have been funny with the challenge, like, being part of the Beehive. That, like, because, like, if you're, like, if they went with the angle of, this is funny not because of the references to Beyonce, but because of the references to the Beehive, and how, outrageous and how much they go in, that could have been funny. When they were just giving all the wrong references, when they just did everything. They did everything wrong. There's a lot. There was just so much they could have done that would have been bad. But truthfully, they were just so brain shocked, or like, they just didn't have anything to talk of. They just didn't have anything to pull from. Celine Dion, I don't think any of them knew enough Celine Dion to pull anything off. What about Hollywood Diva? Like an actress? Well, I don't watch movies, so that's hard. I don't know too many actresses. Barbra Streisand, Joan Crawford. Those, I think Joan Crawford could have worked more than Barbra Streisand. Bjork, not that they didn't. Again, you need to have something to pull from. And like, yeah, Bjork's a character, but she's not. What word are you gonna say that reminds you of Bjork? I don't know. Worship Benita Brown and all dressed like Black China. Like Mariah, like if you think about it, it was either Mariah or Whitney. Those were the two choices you had. And they chose Mariah. They just didn't know what to do with it. No one had enough charge to really like take control and have, this is what's going to be done. A lot of it was Roger's fault because she did not control that group in the same way Nina did. Nina did what she was supposed to do with that. Well, I was trying to remember. I can't really remember, but was there like visuals of either Mariah or Britney in the studio or not? I can't remember. Was there like a big mural or something? Because I can't remember. If there was, then more than likely there was a selected group of divas. There were. Scarlett did shut down switching, but it wasn't her choice. It was Raja's as the team leader. But Scarlett doesn't want to take control of everything, though. That is, like, she does want to take control of everything. She's a control freak. I just saw something on Twitter and I thought it was so funny. Yes, it's so true. Yeah. Like Rue told you. Rue basically told you switch. So do it. Switch it. Like, listen. Look what Roxy Andrews did. She was gonna wear that Dorito and then she switched to the licorice dress and that was good. You know? Because the person you're trying to impress on the judging panel is Rue. That's who you're trying to impress. And if she says, do the thing, do the thing. Well, Roxy wasn't going to be good in the Snatch game either way. Let's be honest. She was, like, even in Season 5, her Tamar was just kind of okay. It's just everyone else was not that good. I mean, the save queens were Coco's Janet, which didn't do anything, and Jade's Taylor Swift, which also, they didn't do anything. They just weren't sucking the funny out of the room. I mean, compared to Jing, well, compared to Jings in Alaska, who were fucking hilarious, and like Roxy didn't actually do that great. She just did better than the androids that were the other queens, and whoever was in the bottom. I can't even remember. I think it was like, I can't remember who the fuck was in the bottom. Detox and Lanesha, right? Okay. God, that was bad. I was thinking about Ivy Winters, and I was like, how was Ivy Winters not in the bottom? And I was like, oh, because Detox and Lanesha were there. Yeah. There's a lot of bad things. So what was worse, Shakespeare or this one? This one wasn't as bad because they actually like kept it moving. The other one was so bad. That one was bad. The queens dropping things accidentally into the cauldron, that will get me every single time. That was good. It wasn't meant to be funny, but it was... Oh, that was funny. The whistle. Oh, God. There's some good moments. You can talk a lot of shit about Season 7, but there were moments. Breastworld is the worst thing to ever happen, ever. There was not a funny line in that entire thing. It's not even memorable. It's not even memorable bad. That's how bad it is. Breastworld is single-handedly what made me stop talking about Drag Race in specific videos. I will say it. That's not actually what happened, but like I can easily say that and be like, okay, that makes sense because it was bad. Monet wasn't even funny. I didn't find anyone funny. Was Monet in that challenge? I can't even remember. Season 10 is still the only season I've only watched once. Because there were some bad things. I rewatched some lip syncs though. God, the Cameron and Eureka lip sync though, that was so fucking good. Ugh. I rewatched that one like I would rewatch that one like every day because it was that good. Cameron won, by the way, but yeah, still. Oops. Cameron did always slay. I don't think there was a single lip sync she lost other than the last one. Monet versus Dusty. I don't think so, sis. I did not find Dusty that entertaining. Despite what I said. But by the way, everything I said during those Season 10 live streams, cut them out. I was in a wrong state of mind. All those things I said, even if I agree with them now, they're cut them out. They're not canon. They're not canon in the Pixel Pixel Boom canon. Double eliminations this season. I don't care. If they do bad, then they should go home. I don't care too much. Actually, those aren't. I don't even think those are public to watch. I think that's how much I despise season 10. Not like season 10 this season, but my recaps of season 10. I go out to episode 6 and then I stopped doing them when Monique went home. Which sucked because that was the mermaid one and I wanted to talk about the mermaid dresses. But then I was like, I'm depressed and I can't do this anymore. I mean, yeah, I agree. I said it before. I don't know if you were here, Jordan, but I was like, the same outcome would have happened if there was only 2 queens in the bottom, because you know Honey would have been in the bottom, and more than likely would have lost the lip sync. A Penta elimination. I want to see RuPaul just decide we're canceling the show mid-season. That's what I want to see. Or there's a challenge where like some past queens evaluate the queens and then they go, nah, we're not about this. And then they bring in more queens like Flavor of Love season 3. I'm about that. I've been really wanting to rewatch some old VH1 reality. I want to rewatch Flavor of Love, at least season 1 and 2. Charm School every season. And at least season 1 of I Love Money. Because those were it. Those were everything. Someone told me that Kahana Montrese will be back for season 12. I don't see why. I don't see that. I don't see the same thing of like, oh, that makes sense because Vanessa. I don't want a queen to come back. Truly, like I'm fine with with first and second eliminated queens coming back for All Stars, but it's y'all motherfuckers that have the problem with it, and more than likely the reason they don't do it. Charm School is amazing. Rock of Love is good too, but it's just hard for me to get into because there's just too many white people. This is true. White girls can get really fucking annoying. But like Charm School season 2, where it is the Rock of Love girls, is so good because every single elimination, or I think where they get expelled, has nothing to do with the challenges. Has nothing to do with challenges. It all has to do with their own at-home drama. That's every single elimination on Rock of Love Charm School. It has nothing to do. The challenges are so don't even matter in that show. It's so funny. I never watched Bad Girls Club, which I really regret, but I didn't have Oxygen, so I couldn't watch it. Yeah, Michelle always says there's always All Stars, and I think that's actually a good mantra. I want a show like Charm School again. It was so good. Hottie. Oh my god, Hottie. That was... What's her name? What's her actual name? I can't remember. Shatar Sapphira. Ugh. Fucking hell. Shatar on fucking Charm School was so good. Right. Oh my god. Tiffany god, I forgot her name. Oh, fucking hell. Pollard. Tiffany Pollard. I want to say Polish, and I was like, that's not correct. I know it started with a Pole, but it's Pollard. In Charm School, Shatar hid. I forget what her name is. I think her name's like Heather. Shatar, but she was crazy in season 2 of Flavor of Love. Hid her dress, and then eventually she found them. But in the challenge, she told Heather during the challenge and fucked her up, where she couldn't like do the challenge anymore because she wanted to confront her so much about the dress, and Shatar ended up winning the entire challenge because of it. It was so good. If you have not watched fucking all those VH1 reality shows, I think a lot of them are on Hulu. They're maybe just straight up on YouTube. They may just straight up be on YouTube. Go watch them. Literally watch them from beginning. Like, it just is good. It's so good. Like, you'll get lost because you're gonna want to watch everything. Like, I want to watch I Love New York, but like, I just can't watch straight men like try to act all straight and stuff. I just can't deal with that. Like, I want to watch I Love New York, but I just can't. Daily Motion. Like, I know for sure Charm School's on Hulu, but I don't know about the other shows. You never heard of these shows? Well, like, one, how old are you? And did you watch VH1 reality shows in 2006 to 2009? Because that's when they were big. And they stopped making these kinds of shows because there was there was one called Megan Wants a Millionaire. Megan was from Rock of Love, and she was a big character on every show she was on because she was good. She was good TV. She was basically the Rock of Love version of Hottie. But there was a guy, I'm saying this as if it's like really cool. It was actually terrible, a terrible tragedy. There was a guy on it that, like, I think he won or he got to like 3rd or 2nd. And he ended up killing someone at, like, I think between the show filming and airing. And I think he killed himself. This is a terrible, terrible thing that happened. And he didn't just like get close or win that show. He also got on to a spin-off show of that called I Love Money, and he did win that one. He straight up won that one, like full on won it. And it's like they had to stop every show because he was on all of them. So they just had to stop all those shows, and none of them aired, which is so, because he was obviously in all the season. If he like got eliminated episode 3, then maybe they would have kept airing it, but he fucking won. Yeah. Oh my god, the Ricky Lake guy that killed. Yeah, that was sad. That was a really fucked up situation. I'm glad you guys come here for your dose of a VH1 from the mid 2000s gossip. That's what I love. I can talk about that shit for hours. Did you guys know Johnny McGovern worked on Ricky Lake? Because I know you all watch Hey Queen. But yeah, he worked on Ricky Lake for like a good 3 years. He would go dumpster diving shit. He was basically like Ricky Lake's lackey for like the last couple seasons. He kind of did what like Ross Matthews did on whatever show when he was Ross the intern. He kind of did that. But that was a while ago. Like, he wasn't like prominent in any way. What's the show where parents choose GF or BF? Parental Control? Yeah. Oh my god, I was talking about Next and Room Raiders. Because Next and Room Raiders on MTV was the very first, like, my first viewing of gay people. Like, full on. I had not, like, I don't think I was really exposed to gay people on any other media until Room Raiders and Next. Like, those were the, and those gay guys. I don't know how I'm not homophobic. I probably am homophobic because of them. It's ridiculous. Like, oh my god, they were so annoying. Like, not even annoying because they were feminine or anything. They were just fucking assholes. All of them. Like, every single one. Even the straight guys, even the girls, they were all terrible. Like, oh, they were bad. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a good night's sleep. Have fun at school. No, have fun at work. I was like, who's Trisha Laura? Like, that sounds like two different people. But okay, Paytas. Actually, that does not surprise me one bit. But yeah, God. TV was so good because it was so terrible. It's weird because even back then I was on YouTube and I was watching like YouTube content, which was, I still think since I found YouTube was my main source of entertainment, even back then, when it was just teenagers on webcams talking about how much they hated their parents, which was literally what YouTube was back in 2007. And I was one of them, and I basically still am. And but I would actively watch these shows. I would watch The Real World. My favorite Real World season that I have watched, because there's so many, was Key West. Key West was so fucking funny to me. Because they went through like 12 hurricanes. Like, I think that, did they go through Katrina? I think they went through Katrina. They went through everything. It was intense. That was an intense season. Pimp My Ride, yeah. Like, I remember it being like my dream to get like Pimp My Ride. I don't even own a car now, but like I would like wish. But it was like, what were they gonna add? Like N64s? That's basically all they would add. They're like, you're a gay guy that all he does is play video games. Just, we're gonna put some N64s in here and call it a day. That Dustin guy who did gay porn, nope, that does not ring a bell. Or does it? Oh yeah, actually I googled it. I googled Dustin Real World. I found it, and yeah, I remember. I've seen him. I've seen his penis. I've seen it. The clicking, the typing, that good ASMR typing. Oh my god. My first streams were terrible. People just kept talking about all the weirdest shit. Remember clown porn? That was a common joke in our streams. I'm glad that died. And what else? Oh my god, there was a lot of bullshit. I don't watch porn and Christian. It was funny. It was funny at the time. It's actually funny in retrospect. I'm glad. I think I have those saved, but they're not public. The honking. Oh, the honking jokes. I'm glad that died. I'm glad my love of clowns didn't stay a sexual thing. I can just like move on with my life and still love clowns and it not be weird. Well, weirder than what it is. No, Cole. No. Oh my god. Pennywise is shook. Bianca did porn. Bianca Del Rio was in a porn as an actress. And they made it seem like she was in it, but it wasn't her. It was a joke, which is the only reason she did it. J. Jolie did do porn. Quite a few queens did porn, but, you know, do to get by. Like, I had no shame in the game. Like, do what you need to do. I feel like most of the queens I follow now that aren't on shows, they just have OnlyFans that post themselves out of drag and out of all clothing. And I'm like, okay, you work. Do you? Even if they weren't making that much money, I wouldn't judge. Just like, you do what you want to do. If you're having fun, as long as you're safe, I'm here for it. Attitude check. I don't remember what you said, what the saying is after attitude check. Do you, and do everyone else too while you're at it. Make sure everyone finishes. Have good orgasms. That's the one thing I want for the world. You better have a good orgasm. That's weird. I'll stop now. The attitude check thing is cute, like once a week at a club. But when you're like with her every day, then no, that's too much. I didn't come to L17. That, huh? Interesting. We don't need to get into... I know where this is going, and I'm gonna put a stop to it. Once someone gives a sexual fact about themselves, everyone does it. And you know what? I don't need that right now. But again, no shame in the game. It's fine. It's just this has evolved into something much deeper, where before in the past, where it's gone way too far. Like, I don't mind talking about it, but then all of a sudden people just say too much. Especially when there are some people that are not, you know, an appropriate age for me to talk about it. Is a Discord server still a thing? If it is, I don't exist on it. I left the Discord server many moons ago. I'm not even in it. Like, whoever owns it, I think I don't know who owns it now. One of the mods owns it. They could delete it. I'm fine with it going. Okay. Bye. Thank you for coming. Okay, I'm gonna end 2 pretty soon. So if any last questions about anything, any goings-ons. Oh, I do want to say I'm streaming Sonic Heroes on Twitch. So if you want to watch me stream that, I will be streaming tomorrow night around the exact same time as we're doing this. Sonic Heroes is fun. It's broken like every Sonic game, but it's fun. The server died. It's been killed. Has it actually been deleted? I'm not seeing Drag Race Thailand, so I don't know how to say. Play Sekiro. I might play Sekiro if I can get my hands on it. What team are you playing? I'm gonna finish Team Sonic story more than likely tomorrow, and then once I'm done with Team Sonic, I'll move on to Team Rose. And Team Rose won't take long because it's a very like small version of everyone else's. And then we're going Team Rose to Team Dark and then to Team Chaotix, and then we'll finish the story. I'm gonna keep playing Sonic Heroes until it's done. That's how I'm gonna work now. I was streaming on Twitch and I was just like, I'm gonna play every weird indie game I can find, and then I was like getting a lot of bad indie games in a row. Some weren't bad, but like others were they're just not my game. And I was like, why am I playing just like an hour of this game I don't like when I could just be playing 5 hours of a game I love? I love Big the Cat too. Big the Cat's my favorite Sonic character, period. What do I think of Sharon Needle's music? I love Sharon Needle's music. I actually really do. She's probably like pretty consistent, and I tend to like most of the songs on her albums. But yeah, so follow me on Twitch. Also, if you want to add me on my Switch or on... Also, I don't have a Discord server, but you can just add me on Discord. Also... Oh my god, that Shane Dawson debacle. Oh. I don't have much to say on that, other than it's just... The internet... I was like, I need to turn off... When that happened last night, I finished streaming Sonic Heroes. And I was like, let me go check Twitter and see what the happening is. And then I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm done for the night. I'm done with the internet. It was a joke. He didn't do it. The fact that he responded was the problem. I don't know if he responded before or after it became the #1 trending Twitter topic. But if he responded before it became #1, then he's an idiot, because that's not something you need to respond to. Like, you can just just go, yeah, I didn't fucking come on a cat. Like, you don't need to make this long post about it. But if it was #1, he did need to address it, because it was literally the #1 thing. And people that don't know who Shane Dawson is looked at that and went, oh, this guy's weird. Like, it's just a terrible joke. He just... That's what I said. I said this so long ago about Shane Dawson. He just makes a lot of bad fucking jokes. Like I said this, Shane Dawson isn't that funny. He jokes about... Look, he does those jokes because he thinks shocking is funny. He thinks being shocking is a funny thing. But it's only shocking, it's only funny to himself. It's not fun. The jokes are not funny to other people. Being a comedian in 2019 is not dangerous. It's you just know your audience, and by the way, your audience is everybody. If you can't make half of everyone laugh, then you're not a good comedian. You don't have to be shocking or do something stupid like that to be funny. Yeah, it's just all shock. It's all shock value that doesn't mean anything. And like even like there's just something like even his videos now that aren't specifically comedy videos, those are also shock value. And it's fear mongering. That's what a lot of it is. And it's entertaining. Like they're captivating. Like you can watch and get lost in those series he makes, even if it's pretty terrible. But it's a lot of it's trying to shock you and try to make you feel a sense of either uncomfortable or fear. Especially in his conspiracy one recently. Which, by the way, one of his conspiracy theories was literally he just took a news, like a news, not article, but a news segment from literally a news channel. And he may as well have just played that up front without him talking, because he just took the exact same thing. It's like, that's not a conspiracy. They're literally saying it right there that grocery stores do things to make you buy stuff. It's ridiculous. And it's like, how is that any sort of journalism? You just took what another journalist said, like made. If a black person pushed me, they were like, it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's like you're making a joke about privilege to a person of color. Like, people laugh. And also, just because sometimes people laugh doesn't mean it's funny. Oftentimes people laugh because they're uncomfortable. Love pictures. Yeah, that's a lot of the conspiracies are dumb. Like oh, because of the live photos, it's like it's always watching. It's like, then don't have a PS4 or Xbox One. Don't have a system like that where you, or a Switch. Switch is always recording. All these things are constantly recording, because when you hit the let me save this button, it saves it. So it must have been recording the entire time, obviously, because that's how it works. It records, well, for Switch it's 30 seconds, but all the other consoles is like it's 15 minutes or whatever. And it's like, oh, these things are watching you, especially if you have a Kinect or a PS4, what's it called, like iCam or whatever it's called. So yeah, it's like, we know these things are happening. Like, it's recording. It's just, it's not being saved, because that would take so much energy and time and so much resources to save literally everything happening to me right now. Can we talk about what happened to Drew Monson? He made videos and then he stopped making videos, and then he made more videos and then he stopped. I'm not a Resident Evil fan. Not that I dislike it or anything, but I just haven't. I don't like horror games, so I don't play them. But Resident Evil 2 did look interesting, but I'm such a scaredy cat. Also, it's on PC. I was about to say, is it even out on console I can play it on? But it's on PC. I could play it. Yeah, I don't like horror games. I'm too scared. I get scared by everything. I got scared by the dinosaur in Mario Odyssey. Legitimately one of the most terrifying things was the dinosaur in Mario Odyssey. It was a very scary dinosaur, and then you're also in not the one that you could capture in the first dinosaur world, the one in the forest level where you're in the dark, and then all of a sudden you hear this like the screen shake, and then there's a dinosaur trying to eat you. I was like, holy fuck, that scared the shit out of me. And then you're like trying to capture it because you're like, oh, we can capture dinosaurs, but it's wearing a hat. It's a dinosaur in a hat. It's scary. What do y'all think about the double win? Willem said it was a last minute on Race Racers. I didn't think the double win should have been a thing. I think Scarlet should have won on her own. Oh no, you mean the double win of All-Stars 4? Oh, that was completely last minute. No, it wasn't. It wasn't last minute because there's no way they could have made it last minute because they got 2 crowns and 2 scepters. There's no way that's last minute. The editing, yeah, they didn't prepare when it was filmed for it to be last minute. But but they did choose after the fact of the filming. So, but they knew for at least, I don't know how long it takes to make crowns and shit, but it's a couple weeks at least. Well, I said they look different and that Monet's was janky. Well, one of the crowns is smaller and one of the scepters is longer. So one queen got the bigger crown and the smaller scepter, and the other one got the larger scepter and the smaller crown. But yeah. They brought Mela. That could be it. It's hard to tell. I went into All-Stars 4 knowing that anything could happen. And anything did happen. Everything happened also. Everything happened and nothing happened. I'm just glad Monique came out looking good in that season. That's all I care about. Monique looked good, and she won my heart. Well, she already had my heart, but she kept my heart because she's that good. No, Latrice is not good. She did not do well. Well, I'm back. That would probably never happen. World of Wonder would probably not bring her back, but we can hope. She would do it, like she has said she would. Wait, what? How did I miss this text? He left like fucking ages ago. My sister came home, so if you didn't know, I was alone all weekend, and every single noise that happened in my house scared the shit out of me, and I was like, there's an intruder. It didn't help that this dog also barks at every noise. She's just as paranoid as I am. But my sister came home today, but she already left. And I was like, fuck you. Why can't you just stay with me? Because I'm scared. I'd be scared, y'all. So you come over. Ugh, I wish. It was so lonely here. The dog will protect. She won't do shit. She just barks. All three of them. All three of them. I have 3 dogs, and all of them just bark. That's all they do. They don't do shit. Even the giant pit bull. All he does is bark. He has no bite. Except for he does have a bite, but I don't think he would actively bite a person. I don't think he would ever do that. He would walk with a pistol. I don't think I'd gone that far. I was thinking about this recently, and like about male privilege, which is interesting. But I listened to Grace Helbig and Memory Heart's podcast, and they talked about how I think Grace Helbig sleeps with bear spray next to her, and Memory sleeps with a baseball bat. And I never even thought about having to have something like that on me. And it's like, that's like how different it is. Like a woman just living her life. It's like, I need to have a weapon to protect myself at any given moment when I'm sleeping. And I'm like, I don't care about anything. I sleep naked, and then I'm like, my biggest problem is like, my fan's on setting 3 and it's a little too cold, so I want to turn down to setting 2. So, but yeah, I was thinking about that recently, and I was like, interesting, the privileges we have. Also, I'm like a giant, so it's not like I need to worry about it. I'm scared too, but like even walking around here, I was like, I don't have nor I need anything. I'm like, I will fight you with my fist. And I'm not a fighter. I've never been in a fight. Well, a true fight. I've never been in a true fight before. But I'm like, I feel like I could just push someone and they would fall. It's funny. Well, I was thinking, I was like, when my sister came home, I didn't tell her this, but I wanted to. If I knew she would, she wouldn't have liked it. And if my sister's friend, one of my sister's friend watches this, occasionally, not all the time, but she has watched streams before and has reported back to my sister. And if you tell her this, I'm gonna be not happy with you. But I was like, I was happy that she was home, because if there was an intruder, I could like push her towards the intruder and then run away. But then I realized I wouldn't run, I would like briskly walk. If an intruder came home, I would like walk up to them and go like, what you gonna fucking do? And that's not me like being tough, that's like me going like, what you gonna do? Like, actually, leave, get the fuck out of here. What do I have that you need? Nothing, get out. Don't have a switch? Too bad, you're not taking this. I will beat you over the head with my switch before I give it to you. Like, if there's something you're looking for, I will break it before I will give it to you. Fuck off. It's the principle of the matter. What you gonna do? Stab me? Then I get stabbed. I would easily get stabbed, but then I would take the knife from them and stab them. And then it's like, now we're both stabbed, motherfucker. What you gonna do? I used to live next to the neighborhood crackhead. I was about to say we were the neighborhood crackhead. No, the house before we moved into it was the drug den house in this neighborhood, which is not even a bad neighborhood by any means. But it was just like known that it was the house that sold drugs, but they didn't even sell, like, they sold speed. They sold speed. It was like they weren't even like doing it like that. They were selling speed. We have since changed the position of the crackhead house. It was never crack, it was speed. To the we're that weird eclectic house that's unkempt, We're that house. My dad decided all the outside furniture and like the bench outside, he's gonna paint them orange. And also the big lion statues that he somehow acquired, those are gonna be orange too. So if you're ever in Fort Worth and you see a house with 2 giant orange lion statues, that's my house. Come over, say hi. Don't come over. If you come over, I will not answer the door. For the record. I know, orange of all color, it doesn't even go good with... Our house is like a teal. It's not a bad color, but it's not like my favorite color in the world. But it's like teal and orange. Oh. Oh, he loves orange. That's true. Mexicans love orange. That is absolutely correct. Yeah. And oh, okay. So I didn't talk about this because well, you can't sit in the lawn because that's where the pit bull lives, and he doesn't like strangers. He won't bite you, but he'll bark at you right in your face. I didn't talk about this because it's sad because of you know, pets dying isn't the best, but like I talked about when I lost Pugsy, who was a pug, but then a few months ago we lost Coco, and then we replaced her with Pixie and Pebbles, and these little monsters are nothing. But anyways, the neighborhood hated Coco so much. Coco was a little demon dog. She lived to be like 12, but she was, everyone hated her. And I'm positive, I don't know this for sure, I'm sure all the neighbors have been so excited that Coco passed away, which is a terrible thing, because she was our beloved dog, but she loved to bark at everyone. And she loved, back when she was a young, nimble dog, she loved to escape and like just run around the neighborhood and bark at people. And there was one time she loves to also sunbathe in the middle of the street, which isn't that great. And of course, people would stop in the middle of the street, but then every once in a while, if there was one of my neighbors outside and he saw like, oh, the car stopped in front of the dog that's like laying in the middle of the street, they would yell for the car to run Coco over. And I was like, you guys are fucking assholes. And I'm like, I started like not feeling bad, because I was like, I feel bad for the neighbors because Coco's a menace. And then I stopped feeling bad for the neighbors because they were fucking demons also. So that's my story about Coco. R.I.P. Rest in peace. You were amazing. You were a demon, but I loved you. She was great. I loved Coco. She was a good dog. We had her for over a decade. We've had her in 2 houses. Ever since we lived in this house, we had Coco, and I loved her. Who had a Pomeranian named Pebble? She got kidnapped and sold for crack. How do you know specifically she got sold for crack? Mexicans let to have a dog named and leave them in the street to bite the neighborhood kids. She didn't bite. She never bit anyone. Again, she was just a barker. She loved to bark. But yeah, Pebbles is good. Pixie's great. So Pixie's a pug also, and we did replace. Like I say, replace. That's not why we got them. We actually didn't intend to actually get more dogs, but then they just kind of happened, and we were like, okay, we have 2 more dogs again. But Pixie's also a pug, and we were like, oh, she's gonna be exactly like how our dog Pugsy was. She's literally so different from Pugsy. It's like weird. Dogs have their own personalities, but she is they're all menaces. Dogs are the worst. Never get a dog, because you know they're gonna do things that dogs do, and we don't want that. They're fighting right now. Pixie and Pebbles. They're little. Ooh, they're something. My pit bull got bit by the neighbor in Chihuahua, and he tried to play with it like her. Then he kills it. Then, oh my god, that's a story. Oh, that's sad. How many pets do I haven't told? Just 3 dogs. Pitbull named Butch, and Butch was really sad with with the previous 2 dogs that passed away. Honestly, I think if we didn't get Pixie like soon after, he probably would have, because dogs do like will die from a broken heart. They will, like, if they're so attached to another dog and they don't have it anymore, they will like slowly pass away, which is really sad. So if we didn't get Pixie, I think that would have happened to Butch, which is really upsetting. But he's so annoyed by them that he's like, I need to stay alive just to get rid of these. I need to outlive them. That's terrible. There's a lot of fucked up shit. So when we got Pugsy, this was a decade ago, I got Pugsy for my 12th birthday, I think I was 12. Like, I wanted a pug really bad because I fucking love pugs. And Pugsy was not like the kind of pug we wanted. She was a mix, she was a mutt. And we probably wouldn't have taken her, but she was in such a bad house that we just felt obligated to. And I love Pugsy. Pugsy was like one of the funniest dogs that we've ever had, and she was great, and I loved her so much. But yeah, we probably wouldn't have taken her if it was like, this is not a good home. So we felt like really obligated to take her. I don't think she would have survived if we had not taken her from that home. Same thing with Pebbles. Pebbles was also, the only reason we have Pebbles is because she was living in a bad house, and we took her from that situation. She was like young too. She was only like 7 weeks. The chat has become a weird animal abuse forum, but you know, sometimes we need to let out these aggressions in a safe space. But yeah. If they did that kind of shit with my dogs, I would straight up call the police. Because that is illegal. Straight up illegal. Call the police. I would do it. Well, maybe not the police. It depends on the situation. I just realized I said police out loud and I was like, maybe not. Police is not the greatest one. Call someone. Call someone that deals with animals. And yeah. But like, the thing is, like, everyone in our neighborhood has pets. Like, pretty much everyone has dogs. And it's like, we all care about our dogs. Like, we're annoyed by each other's dogs, but we all have pets, so we all just want to keep our pets safe. So it's not like we're gonna actively hurt. Like, yeah, there was a couple asshole neighbors, but like, the people that have pets will understand. If they don't, then that's the problem. Because this neighborhood is noisy. It's like a quiet neighborhood, but if people are walking, every dog in the neighborhood starts barking at once. And it's like they trigger each other. So like, sometimes you can hear my dog barking outside. He's barking because the other dogs are barking. We don't deserve pets. Pets are so good. They're too good for us, right, Pixie? If you eat this fucking book, I swear to God, Pebbles. And don't do that, Pixie. They're literally... I just said how great they are, and they're misbehaving right now. I swear to fucking God. If you scratch that chair one more time... Come here. Come here. I'm saying nice things about you. Come here, Pixie. Oh. This is Pebbles. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's breathing into the microphone. Breathe into the mic, or hit the microphone. Do what you need to do. Ow, 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 you're digging your nails into me. Okay. Hello. Okay, you're getting too big to be carried like a little pupper. Ugh, you are a big girl. Ugh. That was too much. But I love them, but they're too much sometimes. Dog licking sounds ASMR. They're very vicious though. They like to bite each other. They go in when they play fight, which is worrying because the pug is very small and she's not growing very much. The other one is a baby pit bull and I think a Jack Russell Terrier mix. It's a very weird dog, but she has really cute ears that like go forward. That dog is gonna grow huge because she's already bigger than the other one and she's like much younger. And there's gonna be a point where they don't realize that home little pug, she ain't gonna be as big and bad as she is now. And the pit bull mix is gonna fuck the other one over. First time ever seeing my channel? Interesting, someone seeing my channel for the first time. With a live stream after my channel's been dead for months. But yeah, I hope you had a good time. I think I am gonna end stream now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Again, I will be streaming Sonic Heroes on Twitch tomorrow, so we can have fun. You can literally hear her scratch, can't you? She's tearing up that armchair. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.